Hello and welcome. It's the final show of 2018. It's the Duckhook show. We had 45 events take place this season. 531 golfers teed up in our events. There's plenty to talk about, plenty results to go through. Everybody had a great season, and to talk me through the year, we have Danie Geldenhuys, Major Champ Roets, Frikkie, Barnard. First time for both of you. Welcome. Thank you for coming.
Thank you.
The reason they're here is because, let's think about it. Second on the Thursday League, third on the Thursday League, fourth on the Thursday League. So we've got some esteemed company here. We're going to quickly touch on a few things. One of the things is a quick highlight of your season. Frikkie, you go.
My highlight basically would have been should be the singles challenge that I had, the knockout, sorry. And to me that would have been the greater one. But in the end, I believe that everything to do with Duckhook is my highlight. I've met a lot of guys, so some great relationships with the friends that I have at the stage. I mean, last year I met Danie and Niku, and this year, I mean, we like best friends at this stage. So
who's your new friend from this season? Be careful, a lot of people are watching.
New friends, there's lots of new friends at this stage. So, but yeah, I mean, the family that grew basically is these guys this year.
Right, your highlight in 10 seconds.
10 seconds, the classic.
Classic win.
Surviving
the classic.
Surviving, but first victory out in the Duckhook. So yeah, definitely that was my milestone.
Blue Valley? Not?
Yeah, obviously any win is a highlight. But again, just to add on what he says, Duckhook is a community, and the community is the highlight. Looking forward to that Thursday, the Sunday, or even the Cape Town ones, the guys that play. I'm sure that they all look forward to it. That's why we keep coming back.
And we're going to look forward to the 2019 season. But we're going to start off with Cape Town first, recap what happened, and this is a little promo for you Cape Town guys.
The golf tour, like no other.
This tour has live scoring.
It's got 15 events
And 15 courses across the Cape.
This tour has everything you want.
and make best buds.
Put your game to the test.
Duckhook golfers in Cape Town.
The #1 golf tour.
The golf tour.
The golf tour. The #1 golf tour.
So, 12 league events. These were the winners of the 12 league events starting in January. Claude Chantler won in January at Durbanville with 45 points, got off to a great start. And then Sammy Kilbrick won at Devonvale on 47 points, which is very high, but I remind you the Duckhook handicaps were still going at this point. Even though he played off a 17 handicap and he should have been a 13, to score 47 points is outstanding golf. Sam Sestoli at Strand took the title. Vessel Instrument, Mullerton. Latif, moving down to Cape Town, took his first title with his first start. Couldn't do it in Gauteng, but did it at Ehrenvale. Jonathan Digby at Royal Cape. Ashley Wagner joined the season halfway through at Stellenbosch in July to win it, qualify for a major, and put himself right in contention for the player of the season rankings. Julian Pitt, he came running forward with his some form, put in a lot of practice. Graham Woolley won at Belleville. Neil van Kreinberg at where did he win it? At Boshenmere at the 27-hole challenge. Dwayne County at Milnerton, and then Latif, the only double winner in the season. You were there with us at De Zalze. How did that go?
Yeah, De Zalze was a good game for us. Obviously the weather, rain fell a little bit down, but with De Zalze we played Pearl Valley actually the previous day. Awesome courses, and then obviously with Cape Town and Gauteng having a sort of a Ryder Cup again, where we demolished the Cape Townians.
We demolished the Cape. I think they only lost one. Fats lost the game.
Yeah, he was the guy, yes.
Yeah,
but overall it was a great weekend, and then Julian Pitt clipping it on 39 points.
Yeah, very good.
Great.
Very good. Well, the other guys in the special events, which is majors for a start, they played the Players' Championship at Clovelly. Mario van Rooyen won his first major. Julian Pitt back-to-back victories at De Zalze, then moving to the Met to win the Open Championship. Ashley Wagner won the final Cape Town League event of the season at Westlake. That was their Masters. Sam Sotoli won their version of the Classic Tour at Hermanus. Then Mark Scumby and David Bullman winning the team knockout. That took the whole season to get down to the final. They played the final at Strand. Well done to these guys. Let's see how the Sunday League finished, the top 10 of the Sunday League. It was Roy Huddy on 402 points, the only player to breach the 400-point mark. Followed closely by Julian Plitt, Graham Woolley, Ken Prinsloo and Andrew Parker made up the top 5. Claude Chandler, who was obviously leading after the first round, he finished in 6. Mario van Rooyen at 1 point was leading the Sunday League race, and so was Sam Sotoli right towards the end. Hey Frikkie, one game to play and he missed it.
Yeah, just one game to go. Would have been a much closer game with Roy in at Strand. But in the end, most deserving win to Roy.
Well done, Roy. Let's hear what he had to say straight afterwards he walked off the green. Roy, has it sunk in? You are the 2018 Sunday League champion. Talk us through the season and how you got to this point and the battles and the highlights.
I don't think it has quite sunk in yet. It will sink in definitely when I get home and I get to put the trophy down somewhere and find a nice spot for it. I think I've got a good spot in mind. It's been a good season. It's been a good 12 months. I've thoroughly enjoyed it. I've played with some really cool people. Obviously we've had a regular 4-ball a number of times and we did quite nicely in the knockouts. So it's been a really cool season. Looking forward to the next one and very chuffed now that I don't have to worry about the majors next year. And thanks to all the guys at Duckhook, Alan, Graham and all the boys for getting involved and organising such a good show.
So this is Roy's stats. 12 events played, 402 points at an average of 33.50. His best finish coming at the final league event, tied for 3rd at Strand, which means a total ranking of 5th, 1,705 points at an average of 100. How did the Sunday League stats stack up? 117 players played for a total of 16,456 points at an average of 30.7. Most points at the 27-hole challenge for Neil, 54 points. And most points, like I mentioned, was Sammy Kelbrick at Devonvale. Well, we can only hope that we get more than 117 players teeing it up in Cape Town. You were saying 200 would be brilliant next year. An average field of 50, 60?
Well, 100%. And you know what? It would be good to see it grow the way that Gauteng has grew over the past few years. And it, with Roy's stats there of being the Sunday League down in Cape Town, the champ, just shows you don't need to win an event to win a league. But if I can remember, that you just came second this year, and also not one win.
Correct, 100%.
We're going to look at the player of the season, the very important player of the season. Julian Pitt has taken it on 2,503 points. Ashley Wagner, 2,431, only 72 points behind. And little do many people know that Julian finished 3rd at the Masters and Ashley won, getting 850 points. If Julian finished, I think, less than 5th or 6th, it could have been a whole different story and we could have had a new or a different player of the season. Mario van Rooyen led the race at 1 point, and Sam Sotoli led the race at a point before that after his classic win. Roy Huddy finishing off the top 5, and there's the rest of your gentlemen in the top 10 places. Let's have a listen to what Julian had to say about his season and the player of the season title.
As for the season, it's been really good. I did miss one of the league games in the season, and I would have liked to have played all of them, but it's just been fantastic. It's been such a pleasure and a privilege to play. I really appreciate what everyone's been doing as far as Duckhook's concerned. You know, the organising, all the guys that are playing. It's a pleasure to play with everyone. We've really been having an absolute blast with the season. It's been so much fun.
And the leaderboard at the end, obviously, it came down to the wire between you and Ashley. Obviously, you won today.
Yeah, I didn't realise that he was so hot on my heels, and I wasn't really thinking about it. But seeing the points difference, 72 points, it's really, really close. And I'm impressed. He's also played incredible golf, and congrats to him as well for winning today. I'm happy that everyone has performed well. Especially the guys on the top of the leaderboard that have been consistent. They've been attending all the games, so it's really good to see that kind of turnout and performance from the guys.
So in total, Julian played 13 events, missing 1 Sunday League event and the first major of the season, to earn at an average of 35.36, 389 points in his campaign. When it dissolves in the Open ranking, total number 1, the man, at an average of 178.81 points per event, which is actually a lot. What do the Cape Town crowd have to look forward to next season? Well, once again, they start at Durbanville and then they move on to Milnerton. Making a reappearance on the calendar is Mowbray. For the first time, Somerset West will feature in the Duckhook calendar. Then they go back to Ehrenvale, June Royal Cape, July Strand, August at Stellenbosch, September this swaps around, or Stellenbosch and September swap around. Dissolver in September. October is a 27-hole challenge again. November, a course for everybody to play, is the Met. And then the final event of the season's at Belleville. All the Sunday League events except for January taking place on the first Sunday of the month. So it's easy to diarise. If it's a Sunday and the first Sunday of the month from February, it's a Duckhook League event. So keep your eyes open. Where will the majors be played? The majors will be played on the 14th of April. Back to Clovelly for the Players' Championship. Pearl Valley will now feature as a major course, hosting us. That's going to be fantastic. A good one to qualify for that 4 months qualifying period. And then we finish off the season once again. The final event of the season will be at Westlake for the Masters. There's some great courses there. Do I need to play?
I've played Pearl Valley and Westlake, and that's two very well courses, especially Pearl Valley. That's going to be a treat for the guys. Hopefully the wind doesn't blow, because then it's going to be tough.
Going to be tough. Yeah, the conditions at Pearl Valley is superb. So it's a real treat for everybody who is going to play there. You played there, Nico? You played there?
I've not played Pearl Valley.
Yes. So when we go down, right, in September to join Dissolves again, you're going to come with us.
Cool.
So you can be part of the Gauteng shoot.
That's done. It's done.
You always have business now and again. You can just make sure it's on that weekend.
Good.
He says yes.
Good. Our business is always the second week in, but it's fine. I'll have to go down, and they say time spent on reconnaissance is never wasted.
Yes.
So good.
And as you see from comments often, they want you down there. So you're going to be on the same tour. I'm holding you to it.
Definitely.
Frikkie will pay for your flight.
Oh, jeez.
Thanks for
getting better.
Look, can I go to Mauritius?
Well, we have to talk about that.
Luggage. Anyway, so that's the Cape Town League. What a fantastic season it has been. It's growing from strength to strength. Next year is going to be even better. So after this quick little promo, we are going to talk about the Gauteng League and see how that all unfolded. We start with the Thursday League.
The 2019 season, it's on its way.
It's going to be awesome. Lots of competition.
It's going to be bigger, better.
It's like a mini PGA tour. 20 golf courses,
32 events,
league standings. We've got player rankings,
We've got a live scoring.
Team knockout, we've got the singles knockout.
Join us, it's good fun.
up to date on Facebook all the time.
Go to Duckhook, golfers.co.za, sign up.
These were the winners of the Thursday League. We started in January. Paul Scumbi won at Royal West, followed at Killarney by Selva and Stoffberg, and then there was no event at Copperleaf because that was the only one rained out in 5 years, may I add. Completely rained out. Johannes Schreiling won at Reimsig. Nick Coles winning his first as well at Irene. Sean Salmon always on the winner's circle in a season somewhere, so he won at Glen Vista. Averio Nico Roets won at Blue Valley. We'll ask him about that now. Danie, sitting next to him, won on the lowest score in the entire tour of 37 points. Tim Pierman, finally after 3 years, getting a victory. I think it took 41 events for him to claim victory at Eagle Canyon. John Fourie with his first victory, forever improving at Kyalami. Willem Wilberts won on 39 points at Reading. And then Francois, Mr. Fats, winning the final league event off the tips on 40 points, winning by 3 clear shots. So what an entertaining, and 7 new winners on tour in an entertaining season. Nico, Blue Valley, I for one didn't think you were going to win. The scores were up the way, and then the guys came back to you, but consistent golf won the day in the end.
Yeah, look, Andrew and I also played our doubles knockouts against Bruce. And Bruce and his partner, I think it's Hiru. And last year we actually lost at Blue Valley against them. And this year so it's a little bit like revenge. And we always said that if we do a knockout, the knockout takes preference to the league event. And we actually won it on the second last hole. I made a birdie on the par 3. We played the front 9 second, so that was the 8th. And then when I looked at the scorecard, I saw that, geez, I'm at 1 under with the birdie. So in the last one was a hole that I struck, and I said, well, if I can just at least par and go to 2 under, see what happens. And again, 2 under was good enough. I think it wasn't a count out even, but 2 under was good enough. So it was.
Should have one. You have a win?
Yes.
Yay.
Good.
Something. You're collecting the trophies. How many trophies are you got now? 3.
Yes.
Well done.
I had to relinquish one.
We're going to move to Mr. Geldenhuys here, who won on that 37 points at Houghton. Everybody struggled on the putting greens those days. It was not easy, but Mr. Steady here, take us through that one.
Yeah, as I said in my interview, I actually played at the Origins event a couple of days before that, and the greens were lightning. So getting to Houghton, it's like I just felt comfortable on the greens, and I think that was my saving grace, because the game wasn't there, but I hold some crucial putts, from off the greens, or it was like up and downs that I had to do, and that set up the score on the day. And I remember it's like I think I had 4 holes to go, and Frikkie was also very close, and I just finished I think on, like I said, 37 points, and Frikkie had 3 holes to go, and I had to leave unfortunately for work commitments. And but I can tell you, on the way to Copperleaf, it's like I was scrolling every second to see what Frikkie was doing.
Update.
But yeah, it was a pity I wasn't there to receive the trophy, but it was nice to win it.
I think you would have got a standing ovation.
You know what? And that's
you missed it.
That's even what makes the live scoring and of Duckhook nice. Is the fact that you can, if you miss an event for one other reason or have to leave early, you can still be part of the community by going on to the live scoring.
Having a look.
Correct.
For instance, when I was watching the Masters live scoring while we were playing Kailami, and first time I updated it and I looked and I saw that the leader was on +4, and at halfway I thought, what's going on? +4, ridiculous. So let's move on to the top 10 and see how everybody finished. Carl Jarks taking the title at the final league game of the season, and what is nice is that it came down to 1 point between Carl and Frikkie. Carl Jarks 388 points, Frikkie 5 points back, Nico 377, Danie 370, and then Sean Salmon way back on 65 in 5th position. Dorian Christo and myself tied, Wayne Jensen featuring in both top 10s, and Pierre Hoblar finishing in the 10th position. So this is what Carl Jarks had to say straight after the round at Glendower once he had won the Thursday league.
Well, this morning I wasn't very confident. It was a very windy day. I do enjoy playing in the wind, but Frikkie's a tough competitor. We started off well. I was 5 up after first 9, and then he came back strong, but I came back with him and we made 19 points both on the next 9. So it was a tough round, but really enjoyed it.
In 30 seconds, take me through your season.
From the start? From the start. No, it was a great season. Starting off with a scratch handicap at Reading, coming through, qualifying for all the majors. Unfortunately, I could only play in 3 of them. Just the competitiveness, the camaraderie, everything around making first eagle in the year, playing the Challenge 500, playing all of it. It's just improving all the time.
Looking forward to next year, defend your title?
Oh, of course, I'll definitely be around. Want to try and qualify for the majors, see what I can do from there.
Do you know that you have automatic entry into all the majors next year?
I do? Wow, awesome.
Season champion.
No, that's great. No, that's some news for me. I'm glad I can do that.
So this is how Cole's season unfolded. 12 events played at an average of 35.27, which is great going. His best finish was at Kailami for a second place finish, finishing 5th on the player rankings with 2,626 points at an average of 96 points. Let's have a look at what the stats were for the Thursday league. The stats: 11 events played, 161 people teed it up for points total of 18,786, an average of 29. Johannes and Nick Coles both scoring 47 points, and an event after that the new handicap system came in and we never saw that again. Thank goodness.
Yes sir.
Just
say it again. Thursday league winner, average score of just under 36.
Yep.
Not one win. Just shows you consistent golf during the year can still win you a league.
Yeah.
Without winning a title.
Points. I wish I could average. Well? I wish I could get 34 points in one round in a league event, let alone in most of them. Anyway, yes, so talk us through Glendower. We played together, yourself, Danie, myself.
Yes, Glendower windy starting. Yeah, the first few holes was a bit shaky for me. I got a nice little putt from Carl on the par 5 second hole. My problems was just 2 holes, the stroke 1 and then the last hole basically where I blacked out and basically gave him the 5 points that he basically won on. Second 9 I came back with a bang, 19 points. But Carl, he was just monstering, sinking most of the putts.
Sinking the putts.
Yeah, so I thought I was going to come back and you know.
And like you said on the 18th when you spoke to me, you didn't play that badly.
I didn't, you know, I definitely didn't play bad. I set a target for myself. I played off a 7, so I thought, you know, a 9 or a 10 handicap would be good at Glendower. So +2, +3 for instance. And I played a +5, so I had 2 blackouts. So yeah, it wasn't too bad for me.
So you're excited to see what the calendar holds for us next season?
Definitely. Looking forward to just you know, maybe top the sport basically, not try to be second Sally.
I'm sure you will. Well, you'll have your first attempt on the 17th of January. This is when it will all begin at Jackal Creek. Then, as you will notice, most of the games are in the middle of the month, the 14th of February, which is Valentine's Day, but we play early in the morning so you can get home to make your wife the loveliest dinner or take her out for a lovely movie or dinner. Hint, hint, nudge, nudge. We play at Reading. Then March we go to Eagle Canyon. Eagle Canyon has moved from the end of the season to the beginning of the season. Woodhill makes a return to the calendar. Reinstig as normal. June we go to Kyalami, so we're playing Kyalami in winter. July we go to Irene for our normal big field Irene. August we are playing at Wingate. September we go down to Parkview returns to the calendar. Then Glen Vista is at the back end of the season, and then Copperleaf in the summer conditions when the course is at its best. We're looking forward to that, and we finish our league season at Blue Valley.
Basically, for me, I would say I'm looking forward to see what Osaki Saki can do on Woodhill. Yep. I think he's a defending champ at this stage.
You are the defending on a countdown, like 4 players. This was 2 years ago.
Yeah, 2 years ago.
Good memory.
Yeah, it was even when the countouts was still on stroke once.
Yes.
And I can remember Tim would have won his first one there.
Correct.
But he didn't make the. I think he made a 5 for 2 and I made a 4 for 3 on the on that one. So
as you would.
So yeah, looking forward to that one. That's a beautiful course.
Yeah. Thursday is going to be spectacular. I'm really looking forward to that. We move on to the Sunday League now. And what happened in the Sunday League? There were 12 events, and we started at Firethorn with Ndaba Nkoma taking victory. Plenty guys shooting lights out on the SA Open course. It's a great pleasure to play the SA Open course for the first league event of the season again in 2019. Jaco Grobler on a count back on 39 points took his title at Wingate. Hanik Boertes in the dark at Houghton also on 39 points. Then it was the emergence of Niels de Toy at Glen Vista scoring 44 points, earning himself an entry into the Masters, which he would go on to win. A lovely outing at Silver Lakes. Louis Nell taking the win there on a 40 points. And Fats, another victory on the Sunday League at Royal West. He likes the Royal Joburg setups. He's won on the East course and the West course. Willie Kukumur and Benoni in the cold. It was just his day. He ran away with it, taking victory. I think it was on 42 points. And I think the closest guy behind him was like 4 or 5 points back. Donna Perimal at Pretoria Golf Club on 39 points. A three-man count back. Krista Ellis at Swartkorps on 40 points. Then the second person to win on both tours is Johannes Greiling at Bushwillow EOPM. Saul Steyn, as I mentioned, he won on 42 points. And then the final league event of the season, a tie for 3 players on 38 points, and Quinton Mathrell came out on top. So congratulations to all these players. You might be wondering what it says, Tournament of Champions, because all the winners through the 2018 season will be playing in a shootout at Reading to have the bragging rights. Who's going to be the best champion of champions? Frikkie, Nico and Danie are all playing. Yeah. That would be a nice one to add.
Definitely. But we'll have to see as like of what tees and what handicap the
I reckon we should play off the back tees.
Yes, I agree.
Way slope ratings.
100%.
There we go. I'm in for that.
Yeah, because you hit it long off the box. That's why. Easy game.
Well, we can play for ladies tea as well.
We could. See scores
No,
of
that will suit me better, yeah.
Let's have a look at what the scores were for the top 10 of the Sunday League. It came down to the final event of the season once again. Richard Stewart winning on 392 points. And look at that, a tie for 3 players on second place. And guys feature everywhere. Peter Zaccario, 376 points before the final league event of the season. He was sitting in 6th place and his goal was to finish 5th, and he did. Well done to him. Donna Perimal, Duckhook, Wayne Jensen also featuring this top 10. Dale Costa and Carl Jarks finishing 10th on the Sunday League Tour. Well done for this top 10 players. Well, let's have a listen to what Richard Stewart had to say immediately after we walked off the putting green at Carlisle.
Now official. You are the Sunday League 2018 champion. Well done, season captain. How do you feel at this moment?
Yeah, no, good. I've had a long 2 weeks waiting for this game, but I put a little bit of practice in just to make sure, and to hold on to that 1 point lead and stretch it a little bit on this last game where it was nice. Yeah, looking forward to the shootout. The shootout's going to be excellent. You know my banking details for the captain's picks, and let's have some fun next year in 2019. Looking forward to it.
And this is how his season ended. 12 events, points 392 at an average of 32.66. Very consistent golf, like you mentioned, Nico. His best finish was 5th at Benoni, and he still managed to take the title, finishing in 8th on the player rankings on 2,044 points. All about consistency, gentlemen. If you're consistent with so many events, you have a chance. Let's just look at the stats here. 12 events played, 253 players teed it up, 27,929 points at that average of 28. Much more players.
Yep. That average is one lower than the Thursday League. I think the Thursday League sits on 29.
Yeah.
So well done to all of these players. It was a fantastic Sunday League season. And would you like to see the courses for the Sunday League? This is our tour for 2019. I hope you're going to enjoy it. We start once again on the 27th. Now you'll notice by the dates that most of them are at the end, the last Sunday of the month. So we have a nice spread next season, where 2 weeks gap between the Thursday League and the Sunday League on most of them, and then we still got our majors interspersed between all of these. So we start at Rand Park once again at Firethorn, moving to Glen Vista in February, Irene in March, Observatory is a new course, Wingate in May, June we go to Reading. Copperleaf is going to feature on the Sunday League, which will be great. A lot of people will get the opportunity to play Copperleaf this season.
Germiston.
August, Germiston is a new course. September, Houghton will always feature towards the end of the season. October, back to Swartkorps. And then November, we are at Dainfern on a Sunday is going to be fantastic. And then we end the season at Modderfontein, which makes a comeback, I think, after 2 seasons.
Me, again, looking forward to the April game, Observatory. Going to bring my pink helmet, because I know there's going to be a lot of force being shouted there.
It's
very tight course, and we like to spray the balls there, so looking forward to that course.
I remember the 1 year, it's like I played there, it's like, and I think I pulled my drive of the tee box, and I was almost 2 fairways left of the fairway that I actually was playing. So it's
well, you still made birdie, right?
No, unfortunately not. That's before I was consistent. But I think it's going to be interesting. Germiston also being there.
I don't know if I've actually played there. I think I might
it's
have
a lovely
played there
course.
once.
Germiston, awesome course.
Is it
need to
really?
be straight. It's narrow fairways and placement or fairways on some of the holes.
Awesome.
But very good, lovely.
I quickly want to remind everybody of what the special event winners were. The special events includes the majors, the knockouts, the tours, so on and so on. So here we go. Dean Sherman winning the first major of the season at Peakenwood, the Players' Championship. Then Neil Satoya at Serengeti for the Masters. Pierre Grobler with an epic finish, finished at Ibotsi as the Open Champion. And then a 3-man playoff on 3 holes on +1. Richard Stewart fighting them off to take the championship at Stain City. It was a great day out. Difficult conditions, plenty storylines if you're going through the live scoring. The team champions, Willie and Rick Lowe, taking the team knockout, which was going to be even better next year. Frikkie, you took the singles. Ruben, the Challenge 500, shooting 12 under over 36 holes, which is incredible golf. And then Carl, the Thursday League champion, and there you are, Danie, winning the Classic and the Player of the Season. So those are the people who will be teeing it up in the Tournament of Champions. Frikkie, why don't you go through your singles final for us quickly? You played it at ERPM.
Yes, we did. Yeah, look, the score shows that I've actually killed Wayne badly, can I say, but it's a lot tighter than what the score actually says. First hole, Wayne took it. The second hole, basically, he gave me a putt, which we basically drew. Then so stroke one I got because of basically just a poor approach shot from Wayne. From there was a few stroking holes that I got, which I basically parred, and then Wayne tried to just do a little bit more, because if I par, it's a 3-pointer, so he needs to birdie it, and then basically just made a few mistakes. Thing for me that was on the 9th hole, pushed my tee shot 5-iron under the trees, chipped out, and then basically just put that shot next to the hole.
Like bang.
Yes, and then obviously Wayne had to chip it in for a birdie, and then I make the par because I stroked. And from there it was a bit downhill for him. 4 falls, yes. And then the clinch in the end was the second hole on the second 9, basically. Stroke 6, pulled my shot. He was perfect in the fairway. He put his second shot on the green. I was off the green on the right, chipped off the green on the left, and then chipped in for a par, and then just broke him. Yeah, correct. So it was a lot tougher than what it looked like. Different story in the end.
But at least you took a title.
I did. At least I won something,
And you came second the year before.
I did. I did.
So he's slowly getting a little, second Sally or selling?
Second place Sally, yes.
Second place
Sally.
Sally. If I may add something to this just quickly, they're both good friends of mine. And how I saw them, you're welcome. How I saw them working up to the final. They had matching shirts made.
Yes.
Everything, which I thought was a very nice touch. But if looking at that picture, as we look at it, that I can see the guy on the right, Frikkie, the guy on the 2 of the best side pins.
Yes.
And then the guy on the left, and everyone will agree, now the guy with the best smile on tour. So well done to both of you.
Oh, thank you, sir. Thank you.
Let's quickly recap what happened in the team match play. The team match play went all the way down to father and son team, Tony Barajero and Mark Barajero, taking on Rick Lowe and Billy Kukumu, team NAM. Yeah, pretty much one-way traffic, I'm afraid. So congratulations to Rick and Billy. I think they would have been the underdogs for most people, and they came out to win it. It just shows you.
Just had to take a little bit credit there. I played the day before with Willie and Ricky Lowe. Gave them some insider tips. I played with Mark, singles. Just gave them a little bit of tips. So they call me the coach. So it might be another win for me. I'm just mentioning it, putting it out there.
You can put it on your CV.
I will. Well done, team man.
And so there's only one big thing to talk about and to cover now, and that is the 2018 Player of the Season, which we were all fighting for a trip to Mauritius, and this is how it ended. The top 10. Danie Geldenhuys, 3,826.22 points. It came down to the final league event of the season where Frikkie needed a bit of a miracle. You had to win at Kyalami, you had to finish 8th, but winning is hard enough as it is. But second place is not the worst.
No, it's definitely not. Didn't go for this win. I don't think I had a chance. A couple of seasons ago,
last season you won it, so to become first in 2017 and second in 2018, it's not like you're not doing anything.
Yeah, no, look, I am a little bit consistent. Just give it to me. But to me, I didn't go for it. I think really Danie deserved this one. I did tell him a few shows ago that I will catch up to him. I got close, and then I think deservedly it is Danie's title.
And only the third person to make 3,000 points was Krista Ellis. He made a bit of a run after his win at Swartkorps. So well done, Krista. And then Mr. Roets, you're sitting there. So again, the top 4 of the player rankings are sitting on the couch. Consistent finishes. I should have actually looked how many top 5 finishes or top 10 you had. I think you had quite a few. Carl Jacques finishing in 5th. Wayne Jensen made a big run. At one point he wasn't even in the top 10 of the player of the season race. Fats with his win at Glendower and his 2 wins on tour took him to 2,494 points. Richard Stewart with his major win finishes him in 7th, 8th, and then Johannes and Dorian. Well done, Dorian, for making the top 10. So, although I have Danie sitting next to me, we caught him straight after Kyalami to see what the emotions were like as he had realized that he had won the Player of the Season.
Standing on the last hole, 28 events played. You are the Player of the Season. You go to Mauritius for a week. How do you feel right now?
A sigh of relief. That's all I can say. It's been a tough few months. You know, obviously keeping the lead. You know, Frikkie came back at the end of the season. Chris too. But I'm ecstatic. I'm happy. Coming down the last. Technically, I had it in bags, so it's like I'm just excited.
Brilliant. Packing your bags, off to the beach next year. It's going to be tough to top next year. What are the goals going to be next year?
Well, this year I focused on Player of the Season because I thought I was more in contention there. I think next year I'll try and do either the Thursday or Sunday league title. I think you know, I finished 4th and 3rd, so yeah, there's room for improvement.
It was a great season. You know, everybody played well, and it's like I had to keep my game up there. You know, towards the end, Frikkie and Chris who gave me yards there to like reeling me in. So you know, well done to you, Frikkie, and Chris that's left as well. But yeah, thanks for this. I really enjoyed it. I had a good year.
So there's Danie's stats. Well done, Danie. How about you take us through this monumental season that you had?
Yeah, if you look at, you know, obviously I played every event except the Challenge 500. But if you look at Thursdays, 11 events, 370 points, average of 33, winning at Houghton. My whole goal throughout the whole season, that was with both the leagues, was just to score over 30 points because I did some stats last year. It's like I sort of worked out if you get sort of 34, you know, you'll be able to, you know, to sort of get the Player of the Season award, and you know, so that was my goal. And you can see 33.63 on Thursday, 32.25, and with 2 second place finishes there. It's like I'm very happy with that.
Very good season.
Considering it's like on both leagues, I actually had a couple of bad days where I scored sort of 28, between 24 and 28 points.
Human after all. I must say, one thing I must thank you for is at least matching your shirt with the trophy I got you.
There we go. It's like I just had that feeling. It's like when I chose the shirt, I just said I'm wearing blue. So
it looks lovely. It came out a great picture. At least you look happy there. Gentlemen, you know what that means? That means we've gone through the Thursday League, we've gone through the Sunday League. There was a top 10 of the Thursday League, a top 10 of the Sunday League, and the big aim is the 2019 shootout, which is going to be happening at Eye of Africa. And how that works is the top 10 of each league would play in the team, automatic entry into the team. Now, considering that both Frikkie and Danie finished in the top 10 on both of the standings, what they had to do is wherever they finished higher, they would represent that team. So here is the team. Very exciting. These are the guys who will tee it up at the Eye of Africa on a 36-hole shootout. We're playing teams in the morning, singles in the afternoon. There's a Thursday League team. Well done to myself, first of all, for getting in. Andre Loss, he made it in, sneaked in. Our Open champion Pierre Grobler made it. Nick Coles also had a big fight with him and Kevin Ho to get into the team. He made it. Darren Faree, Frikkie, you join us for one brief minute. You had left our team to go to the Sunday League team. Carl Jarks will be captaining. Nico, you and our team. I think we have a great team here. Sean Salmon, who was leading the way for a bit. He was already choosing his captain picks until he got pipped by first Frikkie and then Carl. And then we've got Jacques Nel on the top there, who make up the top 10. On the Sunday League team, who would like to go through the Sunday League team? Who's playing on the... Danie, you playing on the Sunday League team. You go through it.
Jeez, well, it's like... We've got the Jensen
brothers, that's great.
Brothers there. It's like... I know Ryan was stressing towards the end. It's like he wanted to come in. We've got Kobus in there as well, which is quite nice. Christo as well, myself. I think it's Ndaba.
And
Dale Costa as well. And then we've got Christo, like, which is in, and then obviously my captain.
Yes, and Peter Zakaria and Donna Paramore. Well done, this is going to be great. The captains are And these captains, it's very important, will be making captain's picks. They get 2 captain's picks for next year, which has not been revealed. Nobody knows who they are. I want you to know there will be a press conference for the captain's picks.
Live press.
We will go on and do a press conference where they will announce, like the Ryder Cup, they will announce who the captain's picks will be. So that's going to be nice. In the lead up, there's no date set for it. We're only playing this in February, towards the middle of February. It's going to be a big lead up. I think it's going to be fantastic. I'm looking forward to it. At least I'm not filming anything and I can play. I'm actually thinking, who am I going to be matched up against?
Well, I must say, it's like which has been interesting this last couple of weeks, and I don't know if you guys found the same, but I think it was more towards you, Frikkie, than Richard, than anybody else. But all the guys were asking is like, what can they do to get into the teams as wildcard picks? They were thinking of what bribes they can do, if it was brandy or bolt something. It was funny to hear it.
I think one thing the guys need to remember is that Duckhook is on merit. We try to play as fair as possible to get the correct winner, and taking that same thinking across to the shootout teams, it's the people that are going to deserve it. If you've come in and played 1 or 2, obviously the criteria is 6. But say, for instance, you just missed out because you couldn't make an event, for instance, and you just missed out on the top 10, you probably deserve to be there because, stuff happens. Life happens.
Yeah.
So it will be interesting to see what the captain's picks are, who goes to what team. Where are we playing the majors in 2019? We are playing the majors. We start at the Player Championship at Royal East. This is the first time we revisit the Royal East course since the overall. So I'm looking forward to that. I haven't played that. I'm playing that on Sunday. Yay. May we return for the Masters to Serengeti. Ibotsi for the Open in August. And then why is there a question mark on the Summer Cup? Because this is going to be put out to a vote for everybody. I'm going to confirm a couple of courses. I'm going to put it on Facebook as a poll. Where should the Summer Cup be held in 2019? The guys are going to vote. The course with the most votes, that's where we're going to hopefully play. Something for the guys to decide. It could be Stain City again. It could be a Blair Athol. It could be JCC. It could be a Bryanston. One of the courses that aren't on the calendar already.
Yeah.
So I look forward to that. It's a nice thing. It's giving the community now like a chance to actually choose one of the major courses. I think that's brilliant.
Yeah, definitely.
Yep. So we'll see where that goes.
My vote goes to Stain City, by the way.
Okay. Remember it. Now, the only things left to do is to make some announcements for the 2019 season. Gentlemen, do you know what the 2019 Player of the Season prize sponsor is?
Waiting for it.
Waiting. Let me tell you. This is what it is. See the World is going to be sponsoring the 2019 Player of the Season prize. What it is a travel voucher to any of the See the World destinations. So get onto their website, www.seetheworld.co.za, and check out where you could be winning a travel voucher to. You could go on a golf tour, you could go anywhere where they offer. And just remember, T's and C's apply for all their packages. Something that I'm sure everybody will want to fight for.
Definitely. I agree. I'm definitely number one on this one.
So you're not going to give up now?
Never given up anyway. So.
Okay. So third time lucky. The other amazing package which you need to look out for from See the World is their golf tour in October to Turkey. This is going to be spectacular. A 7-day stay, 4 rounds of golf, 5-star resort, all inclusive to Turkey. It's something I'm really looking forward to because Turkey is not really a destination that I think I'd go for a golf tour, but if it looks like that, I'm definitely in.
Yeah.
Can I drag you guys along?
Yeah, definitely.
So we got Highlands Gate in May, we got Cape Town in September, and we got the Duckhook tour in October. Start saving, boys.
Definitely.
Sounds good. I hope you're listening, wherever you are.
Then we have the league prizes. The league prizes is sponsored by Nkonyeni. Nkonyeni is the former Swaziland, and Nkonyeni Golf Resort will be sponsoring basically a golf tour for 8 people. It's a 3-day, 2-night stay, golf included. We go down, and the Thursday or Sunday league winner will win this trip, and we can take all our friends with. I'll be winning one of them, the Thursday or Sunday, so I can pen you down already. Pen? Pencil?
Yes. Pen, please. I'll be the other winner, guys.
Yeah, but then there's like you can't win the 2019 player. So I'll take it.
I can take everything.
Okay. Mr. Man, I'll take everything. So that is it. The show is over. The year is over. We only have the 2019 season to look forward to. Bigger and better. We're going to leave you with the final comments from our gentleman. Let's start with Danie. What's your final thoughts for the season?
Yeah, it was a great season. I think, everybody had fun throughout, and I definitely, from all the players from our side, it's like thank you to you and Fats.
Absolute pleasure.
It's really been a good year.
This is why we
all
do
had
it.
fun.
Make a lot of friends.
Yeah.
Nico?
I agree. I can just add to that. We all just pitch up and play. We don't know what happens behind the scenes. So well done to every single one. But I see your wife running around here as well.
Yeah.
Well done. And your dad. What I want to say, and a challenge out to every single guy that has already played, is let's make this even bigger.
Yeah.
And I challenge every single person to bring, even if it's just for one event, a friend that has never come and played. Let them come and see what social golf meets competition and a best golf community in South Africa is all about.
Very nice words. Thank you, Nico.
Yeah, there's no ways to top all these, but yeah, for me it was fun. I enjoyed it tremendously. Thanks to you guys. I mean, I do give my comments after every game. It's really appreciated from our side, from my side specifically. You guys do very well. Thank you so much.
So that's it from us. From what's he called him? Second
place,
Sally, Nico Roets, and the champ, and myself. We'll see you next year. Okay.
The 2019 season, it's on its way.
It's going to be awesome. Lots of competition.
It's going to be bigger, better.
It's like a mini PGA Tour. 20 golf courses,
32 events.
league standings. We've got player rankings,
We've got a live scoring.
Team knockout, we've got the singles knockout.
Join us, it's good fun.
up to date on Facebook all the time.
Go to Duckhook, golfers.co.za. Sign up.